Good morning, student. Today we are going to read the social science geography chapter 5 water. In this lesson we are going to read the topic ocean circulation. In the previous day we have read the water cycle and the process of water cycle, salinity, about some important points about salinity, and now today we are going to the ocean circulation. Like the circulation of air, same as the air circulate, same as the water of ocean is also circulated. Due to the rays sun of do not fall equally all over the earth. Why the water? You have seen when you go near the ocean or sea areas, you have seen the water of the ocean and seas are going up and down, sometime in a very high way, sometime in a very low way. Okay. So this is happened because of the sun rays are not falling equally on the surface of the earth. Sometime it is falling maximum at the equator, sometime it is falling minimum at the pole. Okay, and same the temperature is somewhere it is a high temperature, somewhere it is very low temperature. So due to the presence of the sunlight and the presence of the increase and decrease of the temperature, this is happened. The different conditions, different circumstances, those are providing the circulation of ocean. We have already read about the quantity of water on the earth. Okay, we have read about that 71% of the earth area covered by water. Okay, so this continuously change from circulate between ocean, atmosphere and land. Up there is the ocean, there is the atmosphere, there is the land. There are three common domains of the earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So atmosphere, composition of air; ocean, composition of the water areas; and land, lithosphere. So these all are due to the circulation of these three. We have seen the ocean change of the ocean are three types. Mean the circulation of water are seen in three ways: waves, tides and currents. So three type of the phenomena are happen in the water of oceans. The phenomena are waves, tides and currents. What are these things? We will read further after the some points. Now affecting the movement of ocean, the factor those are affecting the movement of the circulation of water. First one, tide are caused by the strong gravitational force extracted by the sun and the moon on the earth surface. Up the tide means very high and low waves, those are come up and down in the ocean water. This is happened due to the high gravitational force exerted by the sun and water. That's why the tides are seen two times in a 24 hours. Second, waves are formed as a result of winds, earthquake, volcanic eruption and water landslides. Of first one is tide, second one is waves. So waves is formed due to the result of wind, earthquake and volcanic eruption. When the winds are flowing above the surface of the water, due to the high speed of the wind, the waters are trembling. Okay, when it is trembling, the waves are formed, or sometimes the earthquakes are happen inside the bottom of the ocean. On that condition, again the surface of the water are become high and up. That's why the waves are seen. And the nearby the area of the ocean, when the volcanic eruptions are found, then due to the high tremor, the water of the ocean started to trembling. So this is the happen of the increasing of the waves. Another factor affecting movement of ocean water is the temperature. Ocean current are formed because of the temperature difference between the ocean water present in the different latitude. As you know, the oceans cover the very large area. Due to the large area, these water have the different latitude. So these are the factor, those are affecting the different motion of the water. First one, waves. The upward and downward of movement of the water particle is known as the waves. Means the wave, when the water is going up and down, you have seen in the figure, the water is going up and down, up and down. This structure is called waves. Up the high part of the wave is called crest. When the waves going high up, okay, when it goes high up, that is called crest, and when it is goes low down, called throw. Okay, high up of the raising of the waves is called crest, and going down of the waves are called throw. Waves are mainly produced by wind. Waves, this is produced by the wind, and the blowing wind impart. When the blowing wind goes on the surface of the earth, the surface of the seas and oceans, it is produce the waves, okay, and pushing the water with a high speed, high force. That's why the water compressed vertically and horizontally. Now second one, tides. Sea water raised regularly twice a day due to the, as I told you that due to the gravitational force of sun and moon, the sea water or ocean water in a day, twice in a day, are goes very high up and in the oceans. So this happen, this periodic phenomena because this is happen daily in a twice in a day. In a 24 hour, it is happened 2 times. First time due to the gravitational force of the sun, second time due to the gravitational force of the moon. So this is called the tide. So this phenomena of rising and falling of the level of sea is known as the tides. Of tides is produced due to the gravitational of the earth, moon and sun. Of tides, 2 type: high tides, okay, it is occur water level very high point, okay, due to the because the earth closer to the moon gets pulled under the influence on the moon gravitational force cause high tides. Mean due to the gravitational force of the sun and moon we find the high tides, okay. The high tides called the spring tides, okay. These tides are called spring tides because the full moon and new moon days, these high tides come on 2 days, on the moon, full moon day and new moon day. So the moon and the earth are the same line and the tides are the highest. These are called the spring tide. Second, low tide, okay, it is occurred the water or level's lowest point when ocean water fall or the lower it is receded from the shore, refers to the low tide. Of some time when the high tides goes up and due to the gravitational force water fall down on the surface of the water, that is called the low tides, and it is also known as the neap tide, okay, because of it is happened due to the gravitational pull of the sun and the earth resulting low tides. Gravitational force between moon and earth produce the high tide, that is called spring tides. A gravitational force between the sun and the moon produce the low tides, that is called neap tides. Some important tides are: high tides help the navigation and fishing. High tides due to the when the sea water rising very high, it is help in the navigation. Navigation means when we are going to from one place to another with the help of boat and ship, and catching the fishing. In cold countries, sea water rushing during the high tide prevent harbor from freezing winter. In the cold countries, due to the low temperature, the water become freeze. So due to the high tides and low tides, water are circulated. That's why the freezing condition are not happened. Next, the rise in water level during the tide allow big ship for enter or leave harbor safely. The rise the water level during high tides allow the big ships. When the high tide water raise up very high, it allow the ship, those are very big in size, cannot reach easily to the shore of the seas. They can be reached very easily with the help of high tides. During the high tides, water races up mouth of the river. The help of large ship of move in out of the river port. And next, water is high tide can be stored behind a specially built dams used by the hydrochloric generation. The high tide also help the electricity power plants where high tides help to the making the hydroelectric power generation. Okay, so we have read about that. Now let's current is left, we will read in the next video. Okay, so you will read and I will give some question answer from that that topic and you will complete that. Okay, thank you and bye.